And we are underway with the Tar Heels.
Are we?
Taking possession.
Are we?
Well, it's been building all day, the buzz, watching the two teams get ready to go tonight. A lot of UConn fans have made the trip. Terrific Tar Heel blue turnout as well. About an hour or so away from their campus in Chapel Hill for this neutral site matchup. Last year, UConn was a winner up at Mohegan Sun.
UConn starting out in man-to-man defense, and they are making life hard for UNC early.
And a touch inside for Maria Gakdang to get the bucket.
Yeah, late in the shot clock, that was a really nice move by Gakdang.
Paige Bueckers, number 5 in blue, is the one to watch. And here's another one, number 21, Sarah Strong, the number 1 rated freshman in the country, coming in with this class, and she sets the screen for Bueckers' 3.
There's just so little time and space that Paige Bueckers needs to get her shot off. We talked in the open about her efficiency. Donarski is an outstanding defender.
Indian Navarre with the pull-up, and Carolina starts out 2 for 2. Almost got the pick there of Caitlin Chen, the new point guard who transferred in from Princeton. It's a rarity to step right into a starting job as a transfer. Bueckers starts out 2 for 2.
Just a little hesitation. She came off the screen. The defense was there. Hesitated for a second, but able to get in and finish.
Donarski, one of the top 3-point threats in the country, off the mark on her first, and a foul on the rebound. She talked to us today about getting stronger over the summer, also growing her mind, which was an exceptionally high basketball IQ to begin with. Here's Ice Brady, mid-range, no. Going to be essential today for Courtney Bangert's club to hang on the glass. Charleston Southern, UNC Wilmington, and North Carolina A&T, so a big step up in competition for them tonight. Here is Strong, going to the right hand in the lane.
Help came in when Strong drove to her left side, but she still spun over her left shoulder. She can go over either shoulder, finish with either hand. Especially for a freshman big, does not get sped up, plays at the pace she wants to play.
It was a big night for her, returning to her home state.
Middle, away from the help defender, and finishes well.
There's Ashlyn Shade, last year's Big East Freshman of the Year, and she gets her pocket picked. Navarre, the Stanford transfer, lays it up and in.
Just harassing on defense by Navarre, and North Carolina will pick up full court whenever they can, just to make life a little more difficult.
Navarre's back home as well, a former high school player of the year here in the state of North Carolina. Strong, tough catch in traffic, and she's got the finish.
Tough catch is right. She caught that ball, soft hands. The defender's right there, can go right back up with it. What a really nice pace we've got so far early in this game, Beth.
Rebound there for Strong, and here comes Bueckers. Short on her pull-up, they'll get a second chance.
Double dribble, yeah.
6-3. Their front line still somewhat depleted. They have 4 players out that they hope to have back either in the next week or so, or certainly by the Christmas break, including AZ Fudd. And that's a turnover to go back to UConn. Geno Auriemma, whose career started back in 1985 at UConn, said he thought he might hang around for 4 years, much less 40. But the success kept building and building, and just created a monster in stores over the years with those 11 national championships. Jumper is good from Navarre, and North Carolina not intimidated in the least here in the early going.
Asked Courtney Banghart this morning, which players do you have confidence in taking early threes? And her answer, all of them.
Yeah. They've got a lot of different weapons to choose from. There's Bueckers again.
What do you do with a player who can get to her spot whenever she wants to and then is efficient from every single area of the floor?
Last year averaged 22 points a game. That is the third best single season average in UConn history, behind Carrie Bascom and Maya Moore. And depending on how healthy the Huskies can stay throughout the season, which is a big if, she may be putting up big numbers again. Here is Beckers again with the hesitation and a bump by Donarski.
They should feel that way.
Indeed. And of course, Rebecca, you were one of those. The key cog in that first of the 11 national championships back in 1995.
That's the thing. One of the things that's remained consistent with Coach Auriemma over the course of 40 years is he's been there and done all of that plus some, but he wants it for his players, especially the ones who have not yet won a championship. And it's what motivates him and keeps him doing this so long.
Of course, some others that also played for him now sit alongside him. That coaching staff, all former Huskies that have returned to the fold.
She makes sure he's sort of on time for things. Great defense that time for Connecticut, forcing the 5-second violation. Both teams have had really good energy on the defensive end of the floor. KK Arnold in now running the point for UConn.
You asked Beckers if the players really had talked much or thought much about the chance to tie the record. They said not a whole lot as Beckers scores again. But you do sense they are feeding off the energy in the building and the energy of the possibilities tonight of making history or preventing it. As the Huskies open up the 5-point advantage. Renaya Kelly, a sophomore out of Hoover, Alabama, off the bounce here, will pull up from 15 and hit.
That was a really good job by Kelly because KK Arnold got caught up just a little bit on the screen and was not able to recover.
Both sides better than 50% from the floor. Cockdang with a rebound. And the drive and the pass.
If the guard gets caught, KK Arnold got caught. Kelly was able to hit it. This is what Carolina does almost every possession. Is they are going to extend their full court pressure, not necessarily looking for steals, just trying to slow down the opponent's offense.
Beckers and Strong, a little two-man game and a foul on the drive. If this is on Donarski, that's 2.
And Geno said, you know, she's probably the second best passer in the country to this woman, Paige Beckers. And so you're going to see a lot, I think, of two-man game this season between Beckers and Sarah Strong because both of them are outstanding passers and both can finish as well. Over the course of her career has been a 45-plus, 85 player. And I asked her about it, and she said, oh, I'm failing myself at the free throw line. I want to be a 50, 40, 90.
But field goal percentage, 3%, and free throws.
And it's cumulative. Throughout her career, she is that. And never has she had a season where she's been below that 50, 40, 85. It's ridiculous efficiency.
And Beckers now 11 points herself to match Carolina's total. Here comes the double team. This is Blanca Thomas, one of their freshmen. A good rookie class this year and another stellar class coming in next year for the Tar Heels. There's Thomas, weak side on the glass, and a whistle and a foul on Jana El Alfi, the redshirt freshman from Egypt, her first. Thomas out of Charlotte. Got the start against North Carolina A&T, and Courtney Banger's been tinkering a little bit with the lineup. They have a couple of players out of the lineup as well. But a lot of promise in these youngsters. This was a game that was supposed to be played a month from now, but with the expansion of the ACC, they have to start playing some conference games in December, so they bumped it up to tonight. Big opportunity for the freshmen to experience big-time college hoops. Husby One of the more versatile talents in the country. Can do a little bit of everything for Carolina. Grace Townsend. And the turnover. Strong. Showing her handle on the run and finishes at the rim. She's got 6.
She gave herself one clap after she finished it. Like, she gave herself one clap. Oh, wait, I'm supposed to get back on defense now.
Busby. Who do they turn to score now with Donarski out with the foul trouble? Alfie gets the rebound.
The bigger question is, how do you slow down Paige Bueckers? Donarski is their best perimeter defender. Not the bigger question. It's an equally as important question. I don't want to minimize the questions you're asking.
As a doctor of winners, I just took a punch. Final minute of this first quarter, and there's Bueckers again. All right, you were right. You were right. It's the bigger question. And another turnover forced by the UConn D.
That's one of the things Courtney Benhart was worried about. She said, we have to take care of the basketball against this level of opponent.
Arnold with the drive right down the lane.
Courtney Benhart, 32 seconds left in the quarter. She's like, no, I got to take the timeout now and get the possession I want on the offensive end.
Got to get a good shot. They have more turnovers than baskets so far. Get a little confidence going into the second. Usby, no, and that's going to be a foul on the Tar Heels. So a chance for the last shot here for Connecticut.
25% free throw shooter on the season. Low volume.
Yes, well, and Carolina now will have a chance to get another shot up.
Yes, 20% on the free throw line this season.
There she goes.
I'm done with my math. 2 for 6 now.
She needs to get a bigger sample size. Navarre gets it up and in. Good off the bounce. She's got 9 here in the first. Bueckers. Good if it goes. Got it. Yeah. What you got for us, Brooke?
Well, guys, we saw a turnaround when Carolina started to get some of those turnovers, and India Navarre has been so hard on herself, the competitor in her. You can just feel it coming out of the way she's playing tonight. And after those couple turnovers, she's been looking over the bench, coaching staff, to get that reassurance. And then during that timeout, taking the accountability and leading the conversation to try to get this team's mojo turned back around.
Yeah, she's 4 for 4 in that first quarter. 9 points to lead the way for the Tar Heels. But then the turnovers really took over. More giveaways than baskets. See if they can turn that around here in a second. Here's Bueckers, former National Player of the Year, 3-time All-American, trying to go up and under. And a shot clock violation as Bueckers' shot did not touch iron.
She successfully went up and under. She just did not successfully finish the bucket.
Hey, how about what she was talking about today, and you noticed commentary from her as if she was helping to coach her teammates today and shoot around. And she had a conversation with Geno, who reminded her that championship teams are player-led, and she has taken on a lot of that leadership responsibility with these younger players.
There was a moment today in the UConn shoot-around where they were just going through their offenses. Nice pass, almost to Gatang. And the second unit was out there, and they were not being efficient and good in their sets. And when they were done running the play, Paige said, go again. Not Coach Auriemma, not Chris Daly, not anyone else in the staff. Paige said to the second unit, go again, because it wasn't good enough for her. And I don't know that I've ever seen that at a UConn practice.
Hey, our women's basketball is back on the ESPN lineup on Sunday afternoon. It's number 13 NC State and TCU, and we'll follow that up with the 24th annual WNBA Draft Lottery from Bristol. And Paige Bueckers likely to go number 1, but will it be to LA or Chicago or Dallas or Washington in the mix? That one shot rattles in and out. Townsend the new point guard who transferred in from Richmond.
Last year was the Caitlin Clark sweepstakes in terms of the WNBA draft lottery. This year, Paige Becker sweepstakes. Are there sweepstakes anymore?
A lot of lotteries out there. I don't know about the sweepstakes.
Yeah.
Got a foul out top, and that's going to be on Lainey Grant, the true freshman out of Midlothian, Virginia. Her first with the arm bar there.
She did a really nice job, actually, of fighting over that screen.
Chen, Beckers with the cut. And how about Paige now 7 for 11 in the first half. She's already got 18. If she has a big season like a year ago, Rebecca, she has a chance to inch her way up into the top 5 all-time scorers of Connecticut. And that's fighting through a couple of seasons of injuries. She'll stay at this end.
Nice backdoor cut last possession by Paige Beckers. Chen finds her and leads her beautifully. If that's even an inch more behind, that's not going to get through. And then Paige just finishes so well. Really nice job by North Carolina, though, this last possession, sprinting back and preventing an easy layup for Connecticut.
Beckers back to Strong. The freshman off the bounce. Nice dish to Brady and a foul. Able to slice that through some traffic to get it to her. The first foul on Kelly. And that'll get Brady to the line. The 6'3" sophomore from San Diego. As Beckers departs.
I think that's going to be one of the questions for Connecticut early in the season and throughout this season is how do they look? How do they play without Paige Beckers on the floor? She is so integral to how they move, how they're guarded.
No AZ Fudd, Aubrey Griffin, Ayanna Patterson, or Caroline Ducharme available tonight for Connecticut. They hope to have some of them, if not all of them, back before the end of the calendar year.
So, okay, if you're North Carolina, what inroads can we make to this 14-point deficit with Paige Beckers on the bench?
Got dang.
She was swarmed. She was swarmed. She's working hard, trying to post up and get good position, but the second she caught it, there's 3 bodies around her.
Held ball will stay this way.
That's the tough life of a post player, Beth Mowins.
You lived it. Well, and Connecticut's got so many people that can crash down on you. Last touch by Gokdang and out.
UConn basketball.
Just one basket now in the last 6 minutes for Carolina. Sierra Toomey checks back in, the redshirt freshman out of Dunmore, Pennsylvania. Here comes Chen, a former Ivy League Player of the Year with NCAA tournament experience at Princeton. Brady, quick with the release.
And the assist to Sarah Strong. Strong just, once again, finding her open teammate, delivering.
She is filling that stat sheet. 6 points, 3 rebounds, a couple of assists. Grant, the kick out, and an open look for 3. And there's another strong rebound. On the run, Brady from Chen for the land. Good rim run from Ice. She's got 5. Here's Usby, goes to the left hand, up and in.
She's just so crafty, Usby, when she gets the ball in the paint, around the rim. Good footwork, good finishing.
4-year starter here with the Tar Heels. Carolina will try and push. Chen with the takeaway, kept it in play. And that's a travel national shade. Lexi Lexi Donarski will come back out here playing with 2 fouls, and Paige Beckers will also return for UConn. Let's see if they try and attack Donarski at the other end.
Well, she's guarding Paige. She'll be attacking.
Yes.
You might see a switch on the matchup there just to keep her from picking up a third.
Here comes Beckers with 18 already in this first half. Strong. And now out top to Shade. Short corner off the back door. Well executed. The execution early season for Connecticut.
So tough to read because Sarah Strong could have easily come up for a handoff on that. So that's how you play it. And then she goes back door.
One and done on that trip for the Tar Heels. Just 1 of 11 from downtown for Carolina. Chen sneaks in the back door, and if that's on Donarski, it's number 3. For 11, 18 points. The latest in a long line of superstars to grace this court inside the Greensboro Coliseum, now First Horizon Coliseum. See if maybe they can get an ACC player on that Hall of Fame list coming up at halftime.
I'm eager to hear it.
Got a good one in the building. Sylvia Hatchell, the former head coach at North Carolina, along with one of her best ever, Ivory Latta, in the house. Trying to cheer on a Carolina comeback. It's been all Beckers and UConn so far. The team shooting better than 50%. On a night where they're trying to get Geno Auriemma win number 1,216, which would tie Tara Vanderveer for the all-time NCAA record, men or women. Hey, this ACC Network Women's Volleyball match, it's so big, 1 versus 3. We're starting promotion tonight, and it's not even till Wednesday, November 27th. But get ready for Olivia Babcock and Pitt, Anna DeBeer in Louisville. Huge showdown to decide the ACC regular season championship, perhaps the #1 seed in the tournament.
Tough shot by Kelly there. North Carolina, these last 4 minutes, cut into this lead as much as possible, get stops on the defensive end.
Playing much of the half without Lexi Donarski, who's scoreless with 3 fouls. And there's Caitlin Chen. They want her to take more shots when she's got an open look.
North Carolina in a zone. Connecticut doing a nice job. Dribble, penetrate, draw the defense. Corner 3 was open. Chen delivered.
Three ball won't go from Toomey. Rebound advantage starting to build now for Connecticut. They're +7. Looking at a 2-3 zone here. And a turnover. Chen gave it right to Navarre. India to the left hand. Got it.
India Navarre has been really good in this game.
5 of 6 shooting. She's got 11.
She's been in attack mode.
Strong. Drops it off inside for LLP, and she travels with it.
Saw a possession ago. Connecticut, Paige Beckers getting nice dribble penetration. She draws 3 and finds the open player in the corner. The last possession, they get the ball to Sarah Strong right at the free throw line. That's the soft spot of the defense, and she could have taken this shot, but super unselfish player. Geno Auriemma at times says she can look to pass too much.
It was another 30-win season and another trip to the Final Four last year for Connecticut. In fact, all 3 of Becker's healthy seasons, UConn has been to the Final Four.
14 straight, 15 of 16.
Crazy.
15 of the last 16.
Over half of his seasons, they've been to the Final Four. A quarter of those seasons ended with a national championship. As Toomey gets the three.
I like Sierra Toomey, and that's one of the reasons why. As a big, she can extend the defense, step out, hit the three.
2 minutes to go in the first half. Beth Mullins, Rebecca Lobo, Brooke Larsgrove with you. They're strong off the bounce, no.
But again, that's where you want to get the ball offensively against the zone, and a soft spot right by the free throw line.
Crisp, bumped, and free throws coming for Triana, the junior out of Goodyear, Arizona, the transfer from Arizona State. With the new expanded ACC, it is tough to get to the top. The Tar Heels look to be a contender. The preseason poll had them at 6th, as Stanford, Cal, and SMU all join the fray this year.
Stanford was picked 7th, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Stanford does not look like the 7th best team in any conference, the way they're shooting the three ball right now.
Of course, this will be the host, as it has been for a long, long time, for the ACC Women's Tournament. Last ACC title for the Heels, 2008. Been a lot of Notre Dame, a lot of Louisville, a lot of NC State of late. Usby has struggled to get anything going, just 1 for 5 in the first half.
One thing Connecticut has not done against this zone is set any screens up top. Paige Beckers can still come off a screen against the zone and hit a shot.
There is Beckers with an open look, short. Usby with the rebound, and she'll push. Kelly got it, another three.
Leadership. She said she's a grad student. He spent 2 hours with her in his office talking to her about that.
What she came away with was be yourself and be authentic in everything that you do on a daily basis as a coach. Chen. And Brady has it. Beckers. K.K. Arnold into the lane. Blocked by Usby. She's been able to show us a little bit of everything in her skill set that may find her a spot on somebody's roster next summer.
Connecticut is so good when they can cut, and they have stopped cutting and moving as well against this zone, and just good defense, good block without fouling by Usby.
They've held Beckers to just 2 points in this second quarter and now can hold it for 1. Off the dribble, Toomey, no.
Why wouldn't you hold for 1 there?
Giving Connecticut a chance. Strong to beat the buzzer, no. Carolina ends it on an 8-0 run, a missed opportunity. And they kept Beckers quiet in that second quarter. India Navarre leading the way with 11 points. They got to find a way to get Alyssa Usby and Lexi Donarski going. They're 2 star players, just 1 for 6 with 2 points. And Donarski in foul trouble throughout that first half. As Beckers gets it up off the window, and it is a 20-point night once again for Paige.
Showing once again the versatility of her game. Little post up. Remember, she played the 4 a year ago for Connecticut. Very comfortable with her back to the basket inside.
A win tonight for Connecticut ties Geno Auriemma for the all-time wins record with Tara Vanderveer, and then a chance to win it perhaps next Wednesday back home at Gampel Pavilion and take over that top spot. Held for a long time by his rival in the coaching profession, Pat Summitt, and then Tara Vanderveer able to grab that top spot as Chen banks in the 3. And now Geno on the precipice. We asked Geno today, what would Pat say if she were here to witness this? And Geno laughed. and said she'd still be way out in front by a couple hundred wins if she was still here. So this would be a moot point. But their terrific rivalry over the years, one of the real bright spots in the history of our sport. The back and forth in the 90s and 2000s. Off the hesitation, working on the freshman Strong, who made her back away and take a tougher shot. Brady trying to get position inside, and Gakdang whistled for the foul. That's her first.
First team foul the third quarter. Husky basketball out of bounds underneath.
Huskies will inbound underneath, off to the 2-0 start to the season, seeking a 12th national championship. It's been 8 years since their last title. Shade, no good.
North Carolina started this half off playing man-to-man defense, had so much success with the zone in that second quarter, wondering how long before they go back to that.
Turnovers have been a big issue, 11 of them now. And for Beckers, well, the company she continues to keep in UConn lore, how about that group now with her 48th 20-point game?
I mean, WNBA MVP caliber players above her. Maya Moore, Brandon Stewart, and Visa Collier second in voting this year.
Well, we saw this summer the impact that this rookie class made, led by Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese, and certainly Paige Beckers, and this group that is set to arrive next summer could have a similar impact. Pull up, Kelly gets the bounce.
Nice little quick first step, gets Kelly into the paint.
Beckers lofts it over the top. That was a tough catch for Brady.
It was a perfectly placed pass, though, just between two defenders. That was tough. Oh, Gakdang was wide open inside. Donarski did not see her.
That's her second triple of the night for Sierra, the redshirt freshman.
But the big girl did a step back three. That just wasn't a, drill, step into it three.
They have 5 freshmen and redshirt freshmen that can make a huge impact as Ice Brady counters the pride of Cathedral Catholic out in San Diego.
Geno Auriemma has talked about the difference in UConn. If Ice Brady can not even hit threes, but if she can extend the defense by consistently hitting 15 to 17 footers. Penetrate, kick, strong. We've seen her just make the right decision and pass. And that looked good the second it left Brady's hands.
Well, he's seen it all in his 40 years at Connecticut, dating back to 1985. His average record per season is 31-4. With those 11 national championships front and center. Strong inside, gets the lay-in.
And that was a great possession against the zone that Carolina switched into. They got the ball to the high post, and you saw the cutter Strong go along the baseline, and Brady found her.
Geno, by the way, signed a 5-year extension, so he may be around for the entirety of Sarah Strong's career. Oh, nice scoop shot in the lane. Trick coming up. If you're wondering how long it might take, how successful you got to be to catch Geno, if you win 20 a year, it would take you 61 years. Even 30 wins a season, it would take you over 4 decades.
Yeah, I just don't see it happening. Unless, like, the college season at some point gets extended 5 or 10 more games.
We asked him to take us back to that very first win. It was in November of 1985 against Iona. And in typical coach fashion, the first thing he remembered was he got 2 technical fouls that game. Going to call an offensive foul on Connecticut. Back in those days, that didn't get you booted out of the game. He was able to stay on the floor, and then he quickly said, ask Chris Daly. She'll be able to tell you who the official was. And sure enough, Chris Daly knew who the official was. Gary Schimmel, if you're out there watching, here's your 15 minutes. Corner, Trey, Chen, got it. Assist, Page on the dribble and dish.
Caitlin Chen came into this game 0 for 2 from 3 on the season and has already hit a couple here.
Dang, here's Donarski. Pull up and a foul. And Lexi a chance to shoot. Dr. Beth Mowens alongside Rebecca Lobo. Brooke Weisbrod.
MD or PhD?
Yeah. I lettered in letters with a minor in BS. So here's Paige Beckers working on 20 points today on 8 for 13 shooting. Under 5 to go in the third quarter. Beckers with the face up. Working against that zone that really gave him problems in the second quarter. Strong for 3. And a whistle and a foul. Hey, this Wednesday on ESPN2, how about a look at top-ranked South Carolina as they take on Clemson at Little John Arena. Coverage begins at 5 Eastern. Gamecocks, undefeated national champions a year ago. They start out with a few wins to open up this new campaign in a new guard-oriented South Carolina team. The first time in a decade, Rebecca, that they do not have an All-American post player until perhaps one emerges throughout the season.
Well, Chloe Kitts certainly has been outstanding so far this year. South Carolina's really, really good again.
They will see UConn later in the season.
It's interesting. It looks like Carolina's like in a man until there's a 1 or 2 passes, and then they go into the zone.
Beckers tries to shoot over the top of it. Ping-pong around, and the Tar Heels have it. The kick out to me. Hard off the backboard, and a held ball. And possession will stay with Carolina. It was close early, double-digit lead for Connecticut since then. Can the Heels chip away and get this thing down to single digits? Grant on the drive. Toomey, count it! And a foul!
I really like Toomey. She has good activity. We've seen her hit a 3, and then just there, kind of slithering through, getting the and one opportunity.
Al Alfie with her 3rd personal as Toomey heads to the line. Oh, what a play by Navarre to keep it alive. And it will stay at this end again.
Navarre got in there to get the O board, but was falling down and able to find a teammate and deliver the pass before she did so.
Busby with the catch. Strong got a piece of it. And Sarah with a block. She's already got a double-double tonight, her 3rd of the season. And then we've got a foul called on Carolina. Second on Busby. Getting back to a potential UConn versus South Carolina game later this season. If it's number 1 versus number 2. Geno has almost played an entire season of number 1 versus number 2 matchups. 27 of them in his career. With a 23-4 record. One of the other amazing stats of his tenure. As Beckers will slow walk it across midcourt, and Geno calls the play. Page with the pull-up, got it.
I love that decision by her. Slows it down, walks it up, and then just calls her own number. Team needed a bucket. Page went and got the bucket.
She's got 22. Must be. Oh, UConn keeps forcing tough shots. Carolina just 3 of 12 here in this third quarter, under 2 to go. And Beckers with the assist to Shea. Timeout Tar Heels. 16. If they win this one, he could break that record on Wednesday night back in Stores.
It's a good 7 days for you because you were out there for that court dedication.
Just, you know, the thing with Pat and then Tara and then Geno over the years, just class. You know, the way they conduct themselves, the way their teams played night in and night out. Beckers with 3 more.
How about how she orchestrated that? She saw Sarah Strong coming up to set the screen. That's not the defender she wanted to switch, or not the player she wanted to set the screen. Sent her through, brought a different teammate up.
25 now, 10 of 16 shooting. Got 4 triples. Of course, it's great to see some parity, too, around the game of late. As Dawn Staley in South Carolina, Kim Mulkey at Baylor, and now LSU emerging to win national championships as well. Should be a great run to the Final Four this year in Tampa. Shade misses from the corner. Here's Lainey Grant. The kick out, Donarski. Got it. And Lexi finally breaks through for her first basket of the night.
And credit Grant, because she did the dribble, penetrate, and kick to get Lexi Donarski the wide open look from the right corner.
Wide open. Morgan Shelley, the freshman from San Jose. Short. Carolina can hold for 1. Trayana Crisp checks in. Final 10 seconds of this third quarter. Looking for Donarski. She's got it. Beckers defending. Off the screen. Strong able to help out and bother. And Donarski did not get an open look with 25. Sarah Strong, 10 points, 11 rebounds, 5 assists, 5 blocks. The freshman showing her stuff here in Greensboro tonight. Start of this fourth quarter. UConn trying to get Geno Auriemma win number 1,216, which would tie Tara Vanderveer as the winningest coach, men's or women's, in college basketball history.
Isabel got an open look on that one because of another nice penetrating kick. Wasn't able to drain it, but a really good look for her.
Toomey, another good-looking youngster on the other side for Carolina. She's into double figures.
I really like Toomey. I know I've said that multiple times. At her size, the redshirt freshman has just been able to do some really nice things for the Tar Heels.
Beth Mullins, Rebecca Lobo, Brooke Weisbrod with you. And the Tar Heels trying to amp up the home folks.
It's going to start here on the defensive end for North Carolina. They need to get a few more stops defensively. Try to cut into this, get it into single digits.
Try to spoil the party tonight. It's been double figures since the first quarter.
Crisp coming down, just defense not close enough, and she steps right into it confidently.
10 unanswered here for the Tar Heels. Beckers to end the drought, short. scrap for the loose ball, and it goes to the Tar Heels. And how about this night for Sarah Strong? 10, 11, and 5. Just the second freshman in UConn history. Her parents looking on. Allison Feaster and Danny Strong, both ballers in college.
They look like they could still ball.
Hey, if you're on a graphic with Maya Moore, you're doing something right early in her career.
And if you're the offspring of Allison Feaster, you're doing something right as well.
Kids, Google Harvard versus Stanford. That'll tell you the story. It's gone on to great success as an administrator now in the NBA. Strong, got it. Now with a dozen.
Simple but good pass by Chen to get it into Strong, who again just her pace and not ever being sped up offensively.
Oh, for 3.
There we go.
And it's down to 10. No Beckers on the floor right now for Connecticut, so where do they look?
Well, on this hand, just nice little jab step left, gets the Strong backing up for a second, gives her the space to hit it.
Freshman out of Zionsville, Indiana, where she was Miss Basketball as a prepster. Brady secures the first. "40 years together on that bench." Geno Auriemma, Chris Daly. A chance to chip away even more. Chris for 3. Offensive rebound and a second chance. Oh, couldn't convert. Here comes Arnold. Strong and an open look. Air ball from Zabel. And UConn's out of bounds. Tar Heel ball. Hey, we got more women's basketball coming your way Sunday afternoon. NC State at the Final Four last year, taking on Haley Van Lith, Sedona Prince, and TCU. And then we'll follow that up with the WNBA Draft Lottery at 5 Eastern. That's Sunday afternoon on ESPN. And whoever wins that lottery likely to take Paige Becker's #1 overall. Off the bounce goes India Navarre, and it's down to 9. Brady fouled.
We've seen Navarre do some really nice things today, and she's been aggressive the entire time. Getting to the rim, been efficient, 6 of 9 for the day.
15 points, 7 rebounds.
No surprise. Look who's returned to the lineup for Connecticut.
She's already played, 30 of the 34 minutes. They're looking to get her a touch coming off the screen. Shot against the double team. Brady keeps it alive.
Brady's done a nice job battling inside this game for Connecticut.
Chen splits the defense. Gakdang with the pick. An impressive comeback here in this fourth quarter for North Carolina.
Good activity, good energy on the defensive end of the floor for Carolina, and then making good decisions the other way as well, whether it's dribble, penetrate, and kick, or driving to the basket.
Courtney Banghart wanted 2 things tonight. She wanted competitive nature and she wanted enthusiasm. She's getting both from her club.
Second team foul in the fourth quarter. To the line to shoot 2 for the Tar Heels. Number 0, Rainey.
North Carolina really doing what they need with their depth as well. Players coming in off the bench when you've had really quiet nights from Usby with only 2 points on 1 for 9. And Donarski, 5 points.
That is the 4th foul on Ice Brady. She stays out there for the time being. Looks like El Alfie will come on to replace her.
Both of these teams 6 for 10 from the free throw line. That's not what we call excellent.
No. Oh, she missed them both. Had a chance to make it a 3-possession game. Carolina has scored 15 of the last 18 points. Under 6 to go. Gets another hand in the passing lane. And then Carolina gives it right back. They have lost 4 or 5 points on these last 2 possessions. Geno checks out the defense, calls out a play. Working against that zone again. Ten on the shot clock. Shade, top shot. Hull got right up in her face. And now a 3rd chance for the Tar Heels to really put some pressure on UConn. Navarre. Got dang, and it's stripped away by Shade. Good dig down by the guard.
The timing on the dig is the most important part, and Shade waited for Gakdang to dribble the ball, and when she did, she got right up in her space.
Just 1 basket so far for Connecticut in this quarter. Crisp, weak side. How about this for the Heels, by the way? They are running without Usby or Donarski right now.
For a significant amount of time here.
Their bench is giving them good minutes. Hull off the ball fake. Missed opportunities for Carolina.
Don't be surprised if Paige Beckers calls her own number here.
The winningest coaches in the history of college basketball. North Carolina's making it tough on them. Strong, a couple of chances, no. El Alfie, yes, for the 3rd time.
Carolina that time was in a man-to-man defense, and Connecticut got the original stop, but Connecticut able to get to the offensive glass.
Looked like there could have been a whistle on that drive. Play on for Connecticut. Just 2 baskets in this 4th quarter. Carolina has held Paige Beckers without a field goal. And she'll get one right here. She's got 27 on the night. Timeout, Tar Heels.
North Carolina went over how to defend that set this morning in their shooter.
Longevity and adapting to the changing styles and changing personnel over the years. We talked this week of connecting with people. Anytime they got stuck, they would have a fortuitous interaction with somebody, some player, some coach that would help get them back on track. Navarre swatted by Strong. Perhaps under the watchful eye of St. Francis of Assisi, the patron saint of Italy, whose friary happens to be in the same hometown as Geno's. The 160 players that have been a part of college basketball's greatest dynasty. Navarre on the drive, no. Beckers she be the latest All-American and National Player of the Year? She's certainly on the short list. Strong. It'll stay at this end.
Sarah Strong has been really impactful here in this game. 12 points, 13 boards. She has not been efficient with her shot. 6 of 18 and 0 for 7 from 3. And until that last one, her first 6 misses from 3 were right on. Watch out when she starts draining those.
Beckers gets it back from Strong. The head fake, steps inside the line and drains it. And now the Husky fans are starting to feel it. A minute and a half to go. And a foul called on Chen on the drive.
UConn foul is called number 2.
We've shown throughout the course of this game how many different ways Paige Beckers can get to her spots. And since she was a freshman, Geno Auriemma has said she can just get to her spots with ease, anywhere on the floor. Little head fake, one little dribble, pull up. It helps when all of the spots are your spot.
Oh, Strong thought she had all ball. Gets whistled for the foul. Geno thought she had all ball, too.
That's the first on FIFA.
Dad thought it was all ball. This is double the pleasure for him if his daughter gets a win. It's also against North Carolina. Of course, Danny played at NC State, so.
The first one's good.
I think they're already calling up the play on Allison's phone. She works in the front office of the Boston Celtics. She has all the tools. She's looking back. You can't challenge in the college game, though. North Carolina extending their pressure. Low zone. Trying to do whatever they can. They're going to need some turnovers. Connecticut wisely just taking time off the clock.
1 minute to go to tie the record for Geno Auriemma. Beckers for 3. The 11 championships, the longest winning streak away. College sweethearts in the Philadelphia area, and then a stop at the University of Virginia as an assistant. On to UConn after that. And now they're just going to work that clock. Carolina had a couple of chances late, but UConn able to fend them off. Strong to beat the shot clock buzzer, and she does. And now the shot clock off, and the Husky fans on their feet here in Greensboro to celebrate with their head coach. Geno, and still more to come. And with a win tonight, 1,216 to tie Tara Vanderveer for #1 all time. And he's coaching up his club right to the end.
Be sure to join Carolina women's basketball at Carmichael Arena all season long. Make sure you're at our next home game against North Carolina Central.
The greatest winner in the history of women's basketball. 11 national championships, and now 1 win away from having the most wins in the history of the game. Impacted so many players along the way. Impacted the game in so many ways.
Witnessed over the course. Banghart, the North Carolina coach, told us today he has elevated the game for everyone else. we've witnessed over the course of the